in some areas.
Yeah, definitely a deluge in some areas. Unfortunately, we're in for round 2 today, maybe in for one more round on Wednesday. But today, an ABC 13 weather alert day for the potential for some severe thunderstorms, especially north of Interstate 10, along with the potential for some flooding. This is the storm system that's powering this heavy rain and thunderstorm event, already dealing with some strong thunderstorms out toward West Texas. We've got severe thunderstorm watches in place, along with tornado watches. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of these watches closer to home. I know we already have some flood watches in place, and that is going to continue through early in the morning on Wednesday, at least through 1 a.m. And there is the potential, depending on what happens today and what models are sniffing out for tomorrow, that some of those watches may even include Houston, maybe even our coastal communities as we continue to work our way through the Wednesday timeframe. But this is Tuesday's future track. The heaviest rain out toward Midland and San Angelo is expected to continue to shift toward the east. And as it moves eastward, look at how the explosion of thunderstorms occur right along the border, meaning that it is going to be moving into a very favorable environment for those thunderstorms to get even stronger, for them to blossom into East Texas and into Louisiana. So flood watches are in place, not just for the Lone Star State. We've got it up toward Oklahoma, portions of Louisiana, Arkansas, even into Mississippi this morning. Now, our flood watch, we've got a couple of counties that have just been added, so I want to make a note of that. Montgomery County, you were just added to the mix for that flood watch. A lot of this has to deal with what happened yesterday with all of that water that fell from the sky yesterday, producing anywhere between 2 to 4 inch swaths around Washington and the Brazos Valley. The National Weather Service went ahead and issued a flood watch for your counties as well, because the grounds are already saturated and it's not going to take very much more water for those grounds to once again start to flood some of those streets, some of those feeder roads. So these flood watches in effect starting at 7 o'clock this morning and continuing until 1 a.m. on Wednesday. 1 to 3 inches most common, but there will be those isolated pockets where you could pick up over 4 inches of rain. We did it yesterday. We can do it again with today's environment, along with some of these thunderstorms that move through. So you can see that the area that has the enhanced risk, the highest probability of seeing severe weather, will be here locally from north of Interstate 10, stretching all the way up toward Trinity into Houston County throughout the day today. Those areas out west that are hatched, that's where that hail size could be a little bit larger. But some of these thunderstorms, whether you're north of Interstate 10 or even down along the coastline, you could be dealing with hail embedded within some of these thunderstorms. But those of you out west, you've got the ingredients where that hail size could be up to golf ball or even larger. As far as severe winds, we could be dealing with winds over 60 miles per hour, that probability at 15%. Something to note for today, there's going to be quite a bit of rotation in the atmosphere. The ingredients will be favorable. The dynamics, we've got a warm front lifting. Anytime you have that sort of a weather feature, that offers enough lift, enough instability, and also the winds coming in out of the south and west is also going to lead to some twisting in the atmosphere. You've got a 10% probability north of Interstate 10. Now, something else to note is that any tornado that does pop up, that does develop, and I'm not talking all of the tornadoes or severe thunderstorm warnings that might pop up today. There could be 1 or 2 of those tornadoes that are EF2 or greater, meaning that the winds associated with that particular tornado could be in excess of 110 miles per hour. And the area that it is favoring, just looking at some of the analysis this morning, are areas around San Jacinto and Polk County. That this particular area, so north of Montgomery County, is where you may have the highest instability. So I just want to put it out there. Late this morning into the afternoon hours is when the ingredients become favorable. We've got enough heat. We've got enough moisture in place. This morning, we've got the front that stalled out here. Still not enough moisture for those showers and thunderstorms to get going. We've got some light rain this morning, and similar to yesterday, we will see a setup where those light rain showers will eventually blossom into some stronger thunderstorms. Right now, we've got overcast conditions. Temperature readings are warm this morning into the upper 70s. A strong breeze blowing in from the Gulf, and it will be be that breeze that will eventually fuel these showers and storms to get developing as we continue through the morning. 30 to 35 mile per hour gusts. So let's talk about future track. I'm going to walk you through it hour by hour. Here's 9 a.m. There's the warm front. You can see the leading edge of some showers and thunderstorms. It's what develops south of the front where we're concerned about those twisting in the atmosphere as far as severe weather threat. You may see a severe weather threat here out toward the hill country. That shade of black there and that magenta, that could be a very strong thunderstorm, even a severe thunderstorm with some larger size hail. Then that warm front slowly starts to lift up to the north. You'll see some heavy rain, some thunderstorms. There could be some strong thunderstorms. Remember, as I mentioned, this is the area north of Montgomery County, Walker, San Jacinto, Polk County for the potential of those stronger, even severe thunderstorms to start popping up. Now we're talking early afternoon. As we get closer toward the evening commute, a lot of that heavy rain starts to lift, but then you can see what we're eyeing northwest of town. That's another boundary that could be pushing into our area. Right now it says it's weakening, but that's going to be something that we'll have to watch as we continue through the day, and we may still be in for another round of some rain and thunderstorms on Wednesday as well. Here's where we are right now as far as temperatures. Not a bad start to the morning. You're feeling that breeze, especially along the coastline, and then by this afternoon, upper 70s to low 80s. You'll notice those cooler temperatures up here. That's rain-cooled temperatures, only warming into the mid-70s. Don't worry, we get a break from this wet pattern. By the weekend, we are shifting into not only a drier weather pattern, but also potentially for some lower humidity along with some cooler temperatures. Saturday, Sunday morning, guys, in the upper 50s to low 60s, and then we will find a warm up as we get into next week.
All right, thank you, Elita. May